This interview was with a wonderful woman who is a model. She is an author. She is a mother. She is a dancer. She is a person who passes around positive energy. So today we are talking with Miss Seshat. Woo! Hey.
Show me what you got. I blem blem. Show me what you got. I blem blem. Oh my God, see God. I blem blem. BSC to God. I blem blem.
Everybody, this is me, Courtney Francois, and I'm here with Seshat. We had an Afrobeats class, as you can see in the beginning of the video, all the different dance moves and stuff that went on. So we are here to talk to her about her class, dancing, modeling, and she's the author. She has this book called Shima Ricky. Boy, let me tell you, it's a little bit like Zane, a little bit Sister Soldier, just not as long though, real compact. So so how are you today?
I'm good, love. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you.
So when did you first begin dancing?
Sheesh. My first memory of actually dancing in front of people was at church when I was like 5 or 6. I was like, I want to do a praise dance, and it was like something to BB Winans. Was it BB with the Winans?
Right.
And I remember doing the dance, and I had this dress on with the leggings and stuff. And I remember like rolling back and putting my feet in the air and hearing a bunch of the mothers go, "Oh, you can't do that in church." But I'm like, yes, I can. It's dancing. So that's my first memory. Like
Okay.
6 years old, maybe.
So what led you? So you just been continuously dancing since then?
Yep, just kept going.
And what made you want to start a class? Did people encourage you, or you just like, it's time. I've been doing this too long.
When I started doing the dance classes about a year or so ago, it was a friend of mine, Aziza Courtney, Jules of the Divine. I have to plug because them belly chains and waist beads are bomb. She inboxed me and said, "Hey, do you have a location for your dance class?" I was talking about it with her at one point. I said, "Actually, I don't." And she says, "Well, we have a place, a spot if you want to come up there." She said, "Just come," and worked out a little price, and from there just kept going. But over time, I was also going through a transition in my marriage. So my marriage was coming to an end, and I ended up actually moving out of my house in December, so I stopped the classes then as well. So it was kind of someone pulling me back into what I talked about doing, and I always wanted to do it, but to really start going in hard, say last year, July, and kind of kept going here and there, but life kind of kept hitting, so I just kept stopping. I'm trying not to do that anymore. Dang.
So now you plan to have more consistent,
yeah,
more regular classes to go with this full time?
The reason I want to be more consistent is because it keeps me working out and it keeps me in shape. I tell people all the time, this is self-help. Like, I ain't trying to help you, I'm trying to help myself. I got things going on that causes me to go into my own head. And I'm kind of, people think I'm like a people person, I'm an extrovert. I'm like, no, I like to keep to myself a lot. I can just stay in my room and write all fucking day.
Right.
Can I cuss on here?
Yes.
Okay. So I like to write. If I could do one thing for the rest of my life in a locked room, chained to a bed, it would be writing.
Okay.
Second would be dancing. So when I dance, it's my way of putting myself back out into the real world and saying, you know what, you got too much energy in life, you just stay locked away. So I kind of balance myself out with that dance. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just keep to myself all day and just like, hey.
Right.
What are you doing? Just writing.
So how long have you been writing? Was it just books, or did you use?
I used to do songs. I used to write songs a lot. I'm actually getting back into music now, which is funny because I'm not trying to, but it's happening. It's like manifestation taking place right now, a lot of it.
Right.
So when it came to writing songs, I want to say 14 years old was when I wrote my first like couple of songs back to back. I actually found the folder recently with like 100 songs in there.
It's nice when you find.
I swear I was laughing. I was like, dude, what is this? But it was still pretty good, but it was like outdated, like 20 years ago. And so songwriting was my thing. I used to write for a lot of different artists in the city. And my cousin and I actually came out with a group in like 06 called Vessels, and wrote most of the tracks on there. And it was cool because I like to challenge myself to write in a certain time limit. That was my goal. But I wanted it to be quality. And I would say, give me a topic, and I would just go. So writing, 14 years old, and then it translated into books about 4 or 5 years ago. my best friend, she said, just sit down and write. We were elevated. And she was like, just write, because I never done it while elevated. I was like, okay, let's go. So that's when Shima and Rick started, by the way.
Okay.
I was just typing, and then I stopped, and I was like, well, whatever. And then about 2 years later, I kept writing on it. I'm like, why don't you try to finish it? And the issue that I have is I'm an overthinker. So when I'm writing, it's like, I don't know, don't think about the end result. Don't think about the finished product, the cover, the published. Don't think about none of that. Just write. And once I started doing that, it became really easy.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, my children's father's an Aquarius. I know about that.
We're
very
different.
well.
We're
Yes.
really different and real strange, loving individuals.
Yes.
They're very,
Perfect.
yeah. I love being an Aquarius.
Definitely
Those
okay.
quirks that come, because I'm an Aquarius, I go, oh, never mind, I get it. Okay.
And I'm a Pisces. You know, really.
My
kinda,
daughter's a Pisces.
You know, it's kind of a little clash there,
There
but
is.
it's all right.
But you know what it is? It's not even a clash. It's more of an understanding of who you are when those properties are working within you. So, like, even though I'm like an end-all, be-all, like, I'm an Aquarius and this is what it is, it's like I'm learning about myself through these things. There's so many similarities between myself and other Aquarius. I'm like, it has to be because we're an Aquarius. It has to be something about the moon when we were born.
Right.
Something happened, and I believe it. Enough of it is real. So, yes.
So Shima and Rick, that was a really good book. I mean, I can
Thank
visualize the whole thing I'm reading. I was sitting like, oh, they in this office. It's yes.
Thank you. Hey, I like to paint pictures with my words.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
If I can't do half the freaky shit that comes, if I can't do half the stuff that comes to my mind, I'll write about it. So I'm telling y'all now, I ain't saying nothing yet.
That's right. So when do you plan, or do you want to? Are you doing parts of the book? Or are you doing short stories?
Okay.
Or what is your plan?
So this is the first time I actually said it out loud. Shima and Rick is part 1. It's a 5-part series for just this part. What I'm doing is introducing the characters to my first actual full novel. But because my attention span is so short, I had to write that and get it done. And I knew that I could write that as a scene and really give you guys something to say, oh, this is going to be good.
Right.
And if I would have tried to finish it and make it a full-length novel with other characters right away, I would have never finished it. So now that I did that part, completed it in its entirety for just that little part, I can say now, oh, okay, who are some other characters going to be in the main book? So now I have Shima and Rick. Part 2 is Maya and Trevor. That's all I can say right now because I'll tell you off camera because I love you. But Maya and Trevor is part 2. One thing I will tell you is this. If you read Shima and Rick, or when you read Shima and Rick, pay attention to different parts and different things that are mentioned because it will translate into the other parts. And I like cliffhangers, and you saw that at the end.
I like that.
So cliffhangers are my thing. Gives you like the whole thriller aspect of it because I don't want you to say, oh, the end. It's like, no, my God, wait, what's next? What you do? Wait, who was it? What's I want you to see that. I want you to feel that part. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So how long do we have to wait for Maya and Trevor?
Maya and Trevor is, I want to say 90% complete.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do right now is actually get Shima and Rick in paperback. A friend of mine is helping me put it through Create Space.
Okay.
And I'm almost done with the formatting for that. I'm actually done with it. It's the cover. The thing that stopped Shima and Rick from being in paperback format is my designer disappeared. My graphic designer, he just disappeared from the face of the planet. I don't know where he is. I hope he's okay. I'm not even mad.
Right.
I'm sad because I want to like continue with him because I love the cover, but I hope he's okay. If you see this, I hope you're fine. But yeah, that was what stopped it. So I'm working with a new graphic designer for the covers for parts 2 through 5 because there's a 5-part series.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's exciting.
It's fun. Y'all gonna love them. Each character has their own personality, and instead of just writing a full-length novel and you seeing it and going, oh, I don't like them. Not what you say like, oh, you know what? I know her history a little bit. I gave you a little background on Maya. It's easy to hate. Okay, I'll give you another hint. Maya is, what's the word? She's not a professional side chick. She's not. I don't want you to think of her that way. However, you will get that vibe from her. But you see this other side to Maya. Maya ain't just out here trying to snatch people's guys and shit. That's not what she's on. That's not her
Right.
life. Maya's a human being. She has goals. She has things going on, but shit just kind of keeps happening. And the way she was brought up, I ain't gonna handle her business, okay? So I know a lot of things since I've been divorced, and I see a lot of shit. And there's always like this other dynamic that we don't want to face as women,
Right.
as men. People don't want to address that yeah, the person you love may actually have a whole other life outside of you. When they leave out that door, there's somebody totally different. They can't be everybody's husband. However, they got to be themselves, and you don't know what that may translate into when they meet new people.
Right.
Those connections are real. You never know how that shit happens. So Maya and Trevor is going to be very interesting because it comes from a place of unbiasedness.
Right.
And I want people to read the characters and say, oh, I love and hate him at the same time. Because that's life. We can know people like that every day.
Exactly.
So
We definitely do. So I've seen your pictures. I saw that you just did, was it Milwaukee Fashion Week?
yeah.
Oh, that was so nice on the runway. So
Thank
how
you.
long have you been modeling or into photo shoots and things like that?
April of this year is when I actually was asked to come and do a fashion show through Rochelle's fashion boutique.
Okay.
I love her clothes. And when I was asked to do that, I was actually with another group of women. We were modeling with another company, and we parted ways with them. And I parted ways with them. I didn't know that a lot of them had too. And so we all stayed connected, me and the ladies. And one of the ladies in particular just has this gift of organization that is I can't understand it. But she also has connections with different photographers. And as she was putting all these little things together, I'm like, yeah, I want to be a part of that too. I want to be a part of that too. And
Okay.
this is my year of yes as well, to not say no to people. So when they were asking about little things, I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, sure. Let's do it. And then I got all these pictures lined up. And next thing you know, I'm like doing Milwaukee Fashion Week. And I'm like, wait, this is real. Like, I saw the whole setup. Like, this is huge. It's at the Potawatomi Bingo Casino. And there's like other companies being represented here. It wasn't just us anymore. So it was an eye-opening experience. And I said, if I can handle this, I'll see what else I won't say no to bigger things. I'll just try it. I'll go until I can't go anymore.
Right.
Like, why say no?
So you have a portfolio now.
I got at least good 150 pictures in my portfolio now.
That's right.
I was like, I just do it. Let's go. And I didn't understand that, like, the whole photographer dynamic of it, like what they're dealing with on their end, like compensate people for their time. If people are asking for a fee, you pay them. And then sometimes they'll also do like a thing called TFP, time for photos. So that's really helped us out. And again, the young lady, her name is Red Widow Cassandra. She's worked a lot of like TFP stuff for us. And so it kept my costs down really low. Like, again, manifestations. At the time I wasn't broke. I was between blessings. And I'm like, dude, I want to do this, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. So when she came along, it was a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
Accidental model.
All right. So on the regular, you're just going to be doing pop-up class. Well, for now, it's just still pop-ups?
Right now it's pop-ups. My goal is to take it and travel with it a little bit too. Like, I would love to like take it to like Atlanta. Like, it spreads enough for me to go to Chicago and do a class in Chicago.
Right.
And know that 150 ladies gonna show up in this big ass space and just dance their asses off.
Exactly.
And have fun and share vibes. And, I mean, you see what happened at the end? The Polynesian dance, like, who knew? I met so many people through the dance classes with other gifts that I didn't even know. It's like, whenever you're ready, just let me know. I'll help push it. And you know me, I like pushing other people's stuff. Like, that's my biggest thing. I don't want to just uplift myself. It's enough for everybody out here. Like, what you got going on? Let me know. We're at La Soul's location at, what is it?
Leader Fitness, 6770 North 43rd Street.
Leader Fitness, 6770 North 43rd Street. Big facility. So if anybody else is looking to host dance classes, I'm throwing it out there in my interview because I want you to know it's okay to uplift other people. Like, that's a good thing.
Yes.
So that's been my whole fight. And all the ladies I work with and do stuff with the modeling, we're the same way. We push each other's businesses. I cannot say one time where there was any like negative female energy. And when I focused on the feminine this year, I've been surrounding myself with women. I'm like, I want to be around women right now. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's something in the air. But I feel like my energy has come from being around other positive women, and I love this shit. I live for it. I get chills from it. Like, gassing another woman up is the dopest thing ever to me. It's like, oh yes,
Right.
Yes. That feels good. Like, we've seen so much of the opposite, and that's not us though. It's outside. You know, it's that other side. They creep in and kind of mess stuff up a little bit. So when it's just us, we do our thing. Women have fun. We know how to turn up. We ain't catty.
Right.
Don't listen to that. Especially black women. We're sweet angels and we're sweet and we're nice and we go there when we have to. But
Exactly.
this is dopeness.
Well, thank you so much for your time for this interview.
Thank you.
I guess you'll be having pop-up classes until you have a study schedule. You're working with everyone's schedule now, so everyone can be accommodated.
Definitely.
So you guys make sure you like her on Facebook. I'll put the links to her Facebook, her Instagram, to the book on Amazon. We'll have all the links below. So y'all can check it all out. And then for now, the book is on Kindle. So I mean, I know you have Kindle on your phone because all phones have Kindle. So
Yeah.
you go ahead and get that. Check it out. It's a great read. You'll love it. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank
And
you,
I'm sure
love.
we will see each other again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.